Hello everyone. For my individual company analysis, I evaluate the A2 Milk Company, a New Zealand-based dairy producer known for its A2-only beta casein milk. Although the company has positioned itself as a sustainable and healthy-driven alternative to traditional dairy, I argue that A2 milk should not be included in our Green Growth ESG Transparency Fund portfolio. Let's sell this using both our fund ESG screening criteria and the impact formula. First, from the eligibility perspective, A2 Milk does publish annual sustainability report and claims to monitor its carbon footprint. However, its Scope 2 emissions are not clearly or consistently disclosed, and its data lacks third-party validations. Although the Scope 1 and Scope 2 estimates are included, the absence of the independently assured Scope 2 reporting disqualifies it and our fund's baseline disclosure standards. The transparency is a cornerstone of our ESG framework, and the company's lack of the external assurance reduces the credibility. Second, when examining the intention and design of its ESG commitment, A2 Milk does show the awareness of the environmental issues. It has pledged to achieve net zero emissions for Scope 1 and Scope 2 by 2030 and Scope 3 by 2040. However, those long-term targets has not been certified by the Science-Based Target Initiative or any comparable global authority. This absence of the verification raises the serious concerns about the enforceability and ambitions of its roadmap. Third, on the resource front, the companies disclosed about 476,585 tons of CO2 emission in 2033, and above 95% rising from Scope 3 emissions, primarily from the livestock methane and upstream farmer activities. It has initiated pilot program for the methane reduction and animal feed reformulation. A2 Milk has not published the detailed KPI or information regarding ESG product fundings. Without measurable metrics and transparent financial reporting, it's difficult to assess how effectively resources are being allocated to ESG goals. Finally, considering the environmental context, A2 Milk operates in a high-emission sector. Dairy production, particularly from the ruminant livestock, contribute to the methane emissions, which are over 25 times more potent than CO2. Despite a modest step towards mitigation, the company remains exposed to climate transport transition risk and reputational challenges. In conclusion, A2 Milk demonstrates strong ESG intention in narrative form, but falls short in measurable, independently verified performance. It has not met the standard of the disclosure, transparency, or accountability that our fund upholds. Including it in the Green Proof ESG Transparency Fund would demand the integrity of our screening process and expose the investors to long-term ESG credit risk. This is my reference. Thank you.